Good morning, Wall Street Pete. Sick dough in crypto. Want to learn how to make sick dough in crypto? We hit that like, hit that subscribe. Talking about going on around. How's everyone doing this morning? It is the 27th, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. We're going to talk about a few things. Number one, we're going to talk about Solana, those beautiful gains, where we think we could buy back. Also, we got Polygon Matic on the move. We talked about that, about just hours before it popped to the dollar as we predicted. Not many people pay attention to what happens in this channel. You can go all the way to the community, all the way to wherever you need to go. But I'm telling you right now, just over, and there's only one like here, just a day ago, I put this on Instagram and I put this on the community of YouTube. We're trading 91 cents, and the comment was, Polygon Matic is about to find a confirmation soon. 95 cents resistance, and finding Matic under $1 will be hard to get. Come on, let's read what it says. Matic under $1 will be hard to get. Guess what? Polygon Matic is now above $1, and I do believe that there's a chance that we could continue to see this. Could turn this into support. I want to talk about another asset, a few crypto gaming assets, so hit that like and subscribe this morning. We got Flocky. We got a few, Flocka Inu, I believe it was, but we have a few crypto assets I want to talk about this morning. There's so many, we can't even keep up. So between Polygon Matic, between all of these guys, it's going to be a fun video for you. If you pay attention here, I do have a little bit of resistance here, having trouble breaking above a little, sitting there flipping support, breaking, doing resistance again, and then flipping and finding support. This is a very bullish scene here. I want people to understand. I always talk about this on my channel. And Flocka Inu, I just happened to see was doing this. I didn't put this here. This was here over possibly a year ago, wherever the hell it may have been. So just coming to you live now, Wall Street Pete, Sick Dough in Crypto, and I thank you for being a subscriber. Please come on over, hit the like, hit the subscribe. 1.6K subscribers, and if you went to the community, you could have went over. We don't really talk too much. Oh, there it is, community. 3 likes, including mine, because I got to fucking like my own shiznick, because that's what I do. But pay attention. We're talking about this big breakout, how the resistance was hitting, and finding it under $1 is going to be very difficult pretty soon. And no one believes the Wall Street until it happens. So one day ago, telling you how the resistance of 95 cents was beautiful and how we believe we could break in it, result in a good buy under $1. And now that is happening. Hit the like and subscribe. Come on over. We're going to talk about all these in together if that's possible. So I'm going to keep Solana and I'm going to keep Polygon Matic in the mix, but let's go over a few crypto assets on the gaming side. Let's see some of their work. Let's see what they're doing, right? So we're talking about Axie Infinity here. This morning, one of the crypto gaming assets. You want to learn more? Well, you go meet the community. Get into the Discord Discord app, and start asking questions. See what's going on. See if the community really is what they're about and what they do. It's pretty interesting, right? All the way through. Don't get scammed, though. Be careful. But here is the website for Xfinity, one of the crypto gaming assets in the world that we talk about. Let's get into another one real quick. We're just browsing the Sandbox, right? Another great, excellent gaming product. We want to see what they do. We want to see what the website has put together. What is the product about? And you'll be able to play games. You'll be able to earn to play. And you'll be able to earn crypto, real money. Will it be able to gain value during that? And compound interest is what you need to find out. Now, we're talking about young generation. I wish I had this shit when I was a kid, don't you? So we're talking about certain things that may be hard to get into, but the younger generation will teach you how to do this, right? It's wild today. So this is perfect. Start off young, get into the gaming, talking about the Sandbox. We already know you trade your sand and keep using things in the metaverse to get what you need or want. Make money, right? Play the game. Here is the Decentraland Mana. Went all the way up to $5. Something very exciting. I believe, what did Sandbox do? Was it Sandbox $9 or $6? So we talk about being able to play in the metaverse. We talk about some of the crypto gamings today. This is what I'm doing. Immutable X being another one, IMX, really shedding light this 2023 towards the end. But you'd have to connect your wallet, create a wallet, whatever you'd like to do. Just be careful. Start building. You put all that stuff in. Go through your email, go through your phone, whatever you need to do. But these are some of the crypto gamings. We're talking about Gala Gaming, another one. I like Gala Gaming a lot. If you pay attention, we talked about Mark Wahlberg. We talked about The Rock, right? Dwayne Johnson. They are actually going to be using Gala Gaming for their videos that they're going to be doing. Some new movies coming out. So pay attention to what's really happening here. This is exciting. Gala Gaming is actually starting to look professional, starting to really make headway. These are some of the things you could do on your own, right? If you want to get into a particular asset, or you want to invest, you got to really pay attention to what these guys are doing. So market cap would have these pretty much up by market cap. So if you're interested this morning, we did this for you. Hit the like and subscribe. This is a Wall Street guy who actually worked on Wall Street in New York City, in Manhattan, almost a decade. We go over cryptocurrencies now because we still work in commodities, and now we've flipped over to the next best thing. So here are some of the crypto assets that you may find in the gaming crypto assets here that you're excited about. Immutable X was one of them we talked about. Render. Another one at $5, talking about the crypto market cap, 1.9. So that's a pretty big market cap over here coming into play. You can see what's going on. These are some of the big boys. And if you pay attention right now, we're talking about 3.2 billion in the Immutable X. Very exciting to see. Not many of them are doing these kinds of things. So that's really awesome. Everything else is under, as you can see. Immutable X is pretty much doing what you would hope the rest of them would do, like Decentraland, Manaland. I like that name I gave. Basically 1 billion, right? We're talking about just breaking 1 billion. We're talking about these Infinity, excuse me. They call it Infinity really quickly. Sandbox, 1.2, just sitting there hanging tight, neck and neck, these two. But go all the way down to a few more, and I don't see too many more I really like. I do like Flocka, and use one in Flocka. I do like, it's a shitcoin. What do you expect, right? I like Engine Coin. That's a little bit more off the shitcoin, Illuminative. Another one, pay attention, please, as these are very important ones. You can see the price, how high it is, but you got to pay attention to the supply. I was going to say, if you see a price so high, a lot of people ask me, why is that price so high? Well, a lot of things is supply. If there's less of it, well, then it's got to be worth more. I mean, these people don't, they want to invest in something that has a fixed amount, and that's why Bitcoin is so special. There's only so many that we mine. But if you pay attention to that, look at the fixed supply. There's a lot there. And that's why the price is a fraction. But if you see the amount, there's only so many Illuminative. And you know what? I want to get my share of. Well, it's going to cost you because there's only so many. Ever hear supply and demand? It's a very fair thing to talk about. So these are some of the crypto assets we talk about. We're going to get into the crypto charts and talk about that as we continue to go. Billionaire crypto Barry Silber says goodbye to Grayscale as a spot Bitcoin ETF excitement builds. So we have a couple CEOs in the company moving, playing musical chairs. And speaking of chairs, no pun intended, chairman and board member announced that they have resigned. So we'll see what happens going further. Nothing bad, no FUD. It's just all moving into different projects and things that they would like to go forward, moving effective as of January 1st, 2024. So here we go into the news. And U.S. national debt. That has not stopped, if you were wondering. That's nice to know. As you sit there and go on with your life, this thing will continue to rise. There's almost 34 trillion. This will continue to go, and Bitcoin will also continue to go with it in the same direction as in up. I call this up because this is how much we owe, and the higher this goes up, the higher you owe, right? And it's pretty disgusting seeing what is happening here. I would love for the days where this stopped and going down. No, this is not a video game. This is actually real shit. So Wall Street, P, Signo, and crypto, talking about some crypto assets this morning. Polygon Matic up about 20% in the last day here. Pretty exciting to see these kinds of moves. We go over and over and over some of the blue chip collars, and we know Polygon Matic was one of them. Very exciting in the crypto space. So hovering around this 1.7 trillion market cap. I can't believe it. We were just praying for the days, or hoping for the days we'd get to the 1.0, and we're now bouncing above the 1.5. Talking about some crypto assets, though, let's get into it this morning on the charts here, as many of you like to do. We'll try to do maybe a minute or less on each crypto asset. We're talking about the ones we got to get into, the big boys first. Some of the people want to know, what the hell is Solana doing? Well, Solana is finding some support currently right now. We did get a big bounce off this around currently. Looking for this bounce. We're trying to see if the first bounce here of the 97.41, but the community, and this is so strong, you can see we're still overbought. Now, I'm looking at this oscillator I love very much. Well, it looks like we could get another dead cat bounce, or perhaps continue to come down. We'll see. But the last two times was November 4th, Saturday, and the other time coming down could have been October 2nd. So as you can see here, going through in those times, they were still establishing some sideways boring action as I see it exactly during that time. You can see it. What goes on, we explode obviously further. But you can see what's happening. The head, just as I predicted in the last video, exactly as predicted. We gave two scenarios. We said 144 was the peak. If we could not get and stay below that 144 in the price, and this was the resistance we were getting, which we gave two scenarios, it did start happening. Solana started hitting resistance exactly as we said here. And I expect this to keep getting tested and tested until we finally either build this head and get the shoulder, or we do actually start popping off immediately. As I had a 108 possibility, could have been possible, come through and then up. We'll see what happens. I don't think that happens. I do think that this upward head and shoulders pattern is going to happen for Solana. So if you've yet to hit the like button, I do appreciate it. Please, let's get the algorithm going through. I know some of this stuff can get boring, but Solana, I do believe, has a couple bounces we could pay closely attention to. Now, the biggest pattern here is the head and shoulders pattern, but right now we could be getting the next leg up. So we always got to pay attention for that. So I'm looking for the next leg up, and if we are really getting a strong next leg up, I would say 97.63 is definitely 97.40. That is the next bounce here. We're probably just going to go straight through and kill this head and shoulders. And maybe we build a head and shoulders in the upward move. It could still happen that way, you could see, but the lower price here that we receive is really just a higher low. We'll see what happens if that continues to go. That's not, that's happened plenty of times before. So we'll talk about Solana there. Now we got to get into Polygon Matic. We talked to you about this, and we said, hey, this was the exact picture you may have been watching. We were right here when we did the video just a day ago. It was the 26th, maybe? It was the 26th. We were trading 91 cents. And I said, hey, right now, and I can't tell you, it's not financial advice. We know that. I can't say, hey, buy. I think this is going to explode right now. Hurry up, get a couple of dollars. And I can't do that. But I think the price could do here because I think we're going to fall a little bit finally on Bitcoin. It's looking like it. Good morning, Gary. We talked about Polygon. We did in the community. We just showed proof that we said, hey, Polygon may be over $1 and hard to find once it happens. And literally a day later, what happens? This. So we'll see what happens. Something similar to this could occur. Be the resistance flipping into support there. As you can see, would be happening. We'd be getting a little spike up. We'd be in this range somewhere. But really paying attention to what Polygon Matic is doing. We were buying at 73 cents. We could not buy enough. We were selling at 95, but I did say I'll be dollar cost averaging out less this round. Why? Well, because we do believe that resistance that we kept testing, the more and more you test, well, the more and more you're finally going to break above, especially if it's a really strong asset, everything that you're following through. You can see what's going on. So now we are finally getting to break through. We will continue to break through. We'll see what happens. Upward W, something similar to that. You can see how it goes. Looking for the next resistance price for Polygon Matic. Well, that's pretty obvious for me. Maybe not for you. But we're looking for something around here. This could be just the next leg up, so don't be surprised if actually it did touch it for, a day, and 4-hourly candle, and then hit resistance and fell leg, and then went back. But that's what we're looking at for Polygon. You can see here coming in. The top of it would be my 150 area. I definitely expect that now. Now, we're not talking about a day. We're talking about maybe a correction at that point, so please be careful. A huge fall coming from this area is very possible here, as we did it once before. That's where we started our fall, so please be careful. But I do think it would just be a slight correction coming in. Perhaps it would be the 118. That wouldn't even surprise me much. So talking about a cup and handle, boom, there it is. Polygon Matic on the daily. Polygon Matic, then the handle could come all the way down to the 118, 119 area. That'd be a beautiful cup and handle. This could happen. I'm not saying it's going to, but I do see a recipe for that to occur. You can see here, looking at that, that's a big, beautiful pattern here for Polygon Matic. I'm actually excited for this opportunity. And you can see what happens is, what will happen is you will get rejected here, but then what are we going to do? The same thing we did down here. We're getting rejected enough times that the momentum's to the upside. Well, if we get enough volume to keep coming in headway, then we will finally break this resistance, and then we will receive the next leg to the upside as we will continue to grow and break above in price and rally to 290, somewhere around that area. So that'd be pretty excited for Polygon Matic. Hit the like and subscribe if you're just coming into the channel. Maybe hit the rewind button or just watch the whole thing, because it was an exciting video. I thought this was a really good video this morning, talking about crypto gaming coins, talking about how we can get the cups and handles. Well, here's a beautiful one right there showing you. It was pretty ugly and weird, but it did come through, and you can see where we are in price now, getting ready for the next leg to lift off. It actually looks beautiful. The next day is getting ready to occur. You can see it. Let me just get rid of the junk. So to me, it's junk. To you, you're like, oh, what'd you just do? But if you pay attention, look at that long, boring sideways action for this. And it's like all of a sudden, the crypto gaming, now we are getting what we should be getting, right? We're talking about a dead bear market coming to life as we're getting that lift off. You can clearly see that. This is a daily. Each candle represents one day. This is immutable X. So immutable X could be buying at 50 cents all the way down here. 41 cents, 40 cents. I mean, wow. Look at this. And then we're coming up a little bit more to about the 274. And what happens at the 274? Well, you can see where you might maintain super aggressive resistance. Has happened a couple times up here to the 289, you can see. But you really want to focus on the last resistance level, which could have been even at the 247. You can see it's there now. Where am I getting that from? Well, I'm actually getting a shared resistance level here that it was making a head and shoulders pattern right here. So head and shoulders pattern made here, very bearish. And you can see as we came down, boring sideways action. Didn't really see much of an inverted head here if possible. Could have been one here. As you can see, it started left shoulder, and I'll show you there. That could have definitely happened there. And you can see we got a brief jump up. This is IMX. So you start sharing old support resistance. But right here, left shoulder, inverted head. Come up, right shoulder, and then bounce up, and then come back to another one. I can see the patterns. Maybe you don't see it as well. Engine token. You know, same kind of thing here. We can see what's been happening. We're talking about dailies. We're just jumping through different assets. And I said there was a crypto asset here, symmetrical pattern that I made like a little child. And I just wanted you to see my big pop-off here to 47 cents is actually happening. We saw the breakthrough at 33, 34 cents. And if it did that, we knew we were off to the races at this point. We were waiting for that to happen. We did get it. So we should get major resistance coming in soon. So please be careful if you're getting into engine token. My resistance level is telling me be careful. It's 45.5 cents. So please be careful around there. 45.5 cents for the engine token. Japanese gaming token, first crypto asset to be in the 1 billion market cap era. That was all the way back in 2020, 2021. So we can go into all of them. We're getting to Sandbox. I will pull Mana up next if you'd like. Sandbox doing the same thing. Look, I got this set up. And I did not just do this morning. We come live. We don't even know what's going on. We know as much as you do as we get on. Pretty exciting channel because we're real still. And what am I looking for? Well, I'm looking for the break here to flip resistance into support here at the price of 57.5. This is talking about Sandbox to get us all the way back to a possible $1.99. It's very important, and then we will be looking to take profits at 128.5, somewhere around there. This is Sandbox, so you can see how the trend could be breaking. You can see this pattern. This platform doesn't have much Sandbox. We really don't have a lot of history. I probably need a new chart. No big deal. It's Coinbase. I don't know why. Maybe this is it's a really bad pattern here. But there we go. Talking about that. And you can see what's been happening on the average here coming in. Excuse me. Now, if we hold this is great. You can see what's happening. The trend is flipping, reversing, and we're getting to these levels we were talking about. So I'm looking at the resistance. It's very, very strong there at the dollar range. You can see how it just plummeted at that point in time. So if we did get resistance here, it would be obvious for me. Get a little slight correction here coming in, and then that little upward W or cup, whatever you need to get. But you can see the pattern. We're breaking through the pattern. Now, if we follow the same trend here that we had up here when we were a little more bullish, get the meat of this top there you go. That's what we'll find out if we're really breaking above, because we could come all the way back down, fall through to 45 cents, and then lift back. I want to see what Bitcoin's doing. We're going to go to Mana. We can go to all these. Xfinity, another crypto asset, has just been falling down. There's really no lift off here. Whew. Did not see much of this. It just keeps creating new lower lows. You can see what happened here. If we got that, we kept going down. 536 for Xfinity here. That's pretty exciting, actually. 536 here could be something on the bottom range, somewhere around that area. We didn't get there yet, but Xfinity, Infinity, or Axie, whatever they call it, Axie Infinity. There you go. What is this price? This is 6. It's hard to tell. This is why I do this. And the channel can get boring this way, but 594, there you go. Getting some support. That could have been the bottom there. We'll see what happens. This definitely was old resistance flipping at the support here. You can see what's happening. That could be the bottom right there. Pay close attention to Xfinity, Axie, excuse me. I don't know how I kept saying that. I guess can't help it. Once you say it, you continue. But that's a very interesting asset coming in. Really is. Gods Unchained, another one, been moving in the upward direction. Actually, people play this. Another situation where we did get the resistance finally flip into support. And I want to show you exactly an example, because this is actually something that you could pay attention to going forward with some of the other assets I said. Look what happens once you flip that old resistance, right? That 23 resistance. Once it flips the resistance here and then flips into support, look how it just blows up. That's what can happen. And now what you're looking for this particular asset is to keep going with the trend. The FOMO is real. That's what we're looking for. What happens is people will basically, instead of buy here, sell. And then you'll find that this asset is going in the upward direction, and the trend is your friend until the end. You can see how low we are here on the oscillator. Pretty low on the oscillator. We're talking about Gods Unchained real quick. Just looking at the daily, each day goes by. I'm looking for a nice big pump here. So even if that was a pump to you, you'd be surprised. We've been doing nothing but falling, right? Well, you can see here the trend is actually up. Now, you see that we've been falling. Yeah, but that's a nice, beautiful upward W coming in. Looking at the daily alone, I'm pretty excited for this asset here. You can see it building double bottom. There it is, coming in. Beautiful. This could probably lift off soon. Get another slight fall. Maybe come all the way back to retest 34.5. Maybe go a little lower and scare you. But I'll tell you right now, Gods Unchained looks beautiful in the next couple days. It looks beautiful. Wow. So looking at that, not financial advice, but Gods Unchained, we're talking about some crypto gaming tokens. I'm telling you right now, this looks beautiful. It's a beautiful recipe for something similar to that. Cool off. Don't know exactly, but you can see here. Oh, there it is. This is where the medium of the resistance was hitting. You can see it, the meat hitting here. And then that'll flip to support. What'll happen? 48.5 cents will finally become support, lifting off. And you can see this huge gap you got here. There are some days coming ahead where you could prosper. You could be really excited coming in. So that's pretty cool to look for Gods Unchained in the upward direction coming in the shorter term time frame. I don't know if it's because December is a green month, but that could be something I would be paying attention to. All the way up to just about, and I'll tell you exact price, 84.8. That's something I would be paying close attention to. So maybe 84.5. Don't go to the 84.8 because you could get burned. But as we adjust this, pay attention, definitely to mention on those prices. So that's pretty exciting. I'm looking at that. It could be a good time to buy. There was a dip here. The trend is up. You can see we were moving in the upward direction. You can see this boring sideways action price that just, nobody wanted to get involved. Nobody wanted to do nothing. And now you can see how it's going up. And then some people feel like they're getting burned. So what happens? They get scared. They get out. And then all of a sudden it builds a support after days and days and days. Let's zoom in. Pay attention to what we're doing. These are days. 1, 2, 3. I mean, there's a lot of days. Let's go all the way from the 24th, and we're now at the 27th. So, I mean, you can see how boring this is. Who the hell wants to get an investment that has only moved 2%, 1%? But what's going to happen is this could lift off shortly. We'll get a little bit of a fall. You can see what's happening lately. We're getting double top M's here, and we could get a little bit of a fall, but once you get to that support level where you find it, most likely there. Don't be surprised, 27 cents is the kicker. I'm just saying, I've done this for too long, and I've seen this happen for too long, but there's the green, and there you go. That's what I'm thinking could happen, so we're going to get excited. There's a 370% gain on your money coming from when we were talking about the asset. I wonder where you could be. Well, that's up to you. So pay attention, definitely to mention. We're talking about Gods Unchained. Let's get to Mana. We had somebody ask about Mana Decentraland. I totally wanted to do it and didn't get there because we just got stuck on Gods Unchained. So let's get on the final crypto gaming asset, Mana Decentraland. I like Mana Decentraland. 55 cents all the way to the $5 range. Somebody said to sell out. I wish I listened. Imagine Wall Street Pete listening. Give Pete a like. What about a min? I don't know what that is. Minya? That's probably what he said. I'm zooming out, even though you were in here, Alex. I got the heart button in the way, and I can't see it. It's so annoying. So I got MIN. I'm sure that's what you were talking about. I know I have that asset on my. I know I have that asset in my ticker here. I have 100,000 of them, so I know that's one of them. Alex, is that one of them? Just to confirm, because I finally realized you're here. So what happens, right? Let's pay attention to what's going on with the Central Manaland. Wow, Manaland. I really gave that. Do you know I gave this a new name? Mana Decentral Manaland. I don't know why the hell. I don't know what the fuck's going on this morning. There it is. What about MLN? Okay, that's what it is. So you see the peaks here. Each happen. What happens? Well, we get a little bit of a downturn. You can see that? You see that every time? I know it doesn't always work this way, but it is kind of working this way. You see the double top M coming into my oscillator. We're going to fall. So that's what makes me think that the crypto... everything's going to fall. When I see assets do this, I wonder. It's like I was just showing you another fall on the last crypto asset we did, right? We're just talking about that. So that's telling me that the entire market may be still falling. It's pretty interesting to see that. Not everything is going to do that, but when I start looking at assets that continue to follow a pattern together, that starts making me feel like, okay, they're all going to do this. This is going to happen. Now, please relax. They all fall. They all come back, right? We've done this too many times. Just don't buy up here. Just don't buy. It's not a good time to buy, man, at Decentraland. Just looking at the daily, I mean, maybe we could pump short term and I'll look silly, but look what's going on. Head and shoulders pattern coming in, head and shoulders pattern coming in. Every time it did that, we got long, boring sideways action and the next leg up. So you really got to watch. We're creating new higher highs. It's wonderful. That's exactly what we need to do. But that's 3 legs up. That is 3 legs up. I usually stop at 3 legs up. Just letting you know that's what I do. Not sure about that. MLN. Do we have that on here? I don't even know if we have that. Got Minya, if that was one of them. MLN, I think we're struck out on that one. I don't think I have that. Or I could pull it up on my phone only for some reason. It doesn't let me do it on there, Alex. I apologize. But if you can see here with this Mana Decentraland, it's pretty wild. So I just want to do another video real quick showing people. We're getting new higher highs here. It's pretty sweet. Alex, what are you doing up this early? Oh, that's right. It's a weekday. So Mana is looking fantastic. I don't know if we really did Polygon Matic. We did deserve to do that or talk about it. Because what you can see, yeah, we did talk about it. Look at the mess we made. So I know that's how I know we talked about it. Pretty excited to see where we could possibly go. 153, $1.50 is where I would go. I'd sell out. No financial advice, just my personal opinion here. Could get resistance here at the $1.18. Wouldn't surprise me if that did happen, like major. But once this thing lifts off, it's usually on its way. So, Mana Decentraland, Polygon Matic usually does lift. And remember when we had that year? Remember that year we went in? This is just showing a daily candle. I just want you to pay attention here. Oh, he's working. Yeah, I knew it. Okay. This is it. Remember that? We talked about the 2021 liftoff. And if you watch here, this is the year of 2021. And this is, January, March, April, when we started really seeing huge signs of liftoff. This is just a repeat. I think this is what this year's about. So, talking about it, Polygon Matic was fooling around at 77 cents, all the way to 73 cents to be exact, because we talked about it on the show too many times. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a support level that we need to buy. That was the best price level you could buy in history from 3 years ago. So why would I not come back 3 years later, see it at that price and think, well, shit, not only at this point in time in December is 73 cents a good time to buy, but shit, it's going to be a good time to say goodbye. Wish I could make a song, right? It's a good time to buy and say goodbye to you. Like, for real, this thing is gone. So Polygon Matic is gone. We'll get resistance come through, come down, make them wonder if it's coming back. I don't think $1 hits again. I don't think. I'm not saying it could never happen, but we screwed that up if we did not get in. If anyone's watching and you did not get in, you did screw that up. I apologize for you. I feel sorry, but there's other opportunities. This isn't the only opportunity out there in crypto, so relax. This is what happens with people. People get soaked into the moment, and then what you do is you go, oh, shit, I got to get into this. And what are you doing? You're supposed to be buying down here at 73 cents when I was saying 73 cents, sell at 95. I did a video saying, well, it's going to hit 73 cents again. What are you going to do this time? A lot of people still didn't buy. Why? Because that was a scary moment. Bitcoin was going to 20,000. No, it wasn't. Stop listening to these knuckleheads. So that's Polygon Matic in a nutshell. Looking at Bitcoin, I still see a fall. So until this breaks, and I'll tell you again, this is what my problem is with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not going to do bananas shit until I see it break above that price. So let me tell you right now, and it's beautiful that the M pattern here is showing and still here from the last video I did, but unless we finish a day, 1 day, which is what we're on right now, this candle comes up green and says, okay, in 9 hours and 35 minutes, I'm going to finish above this price, then we are going to find nothing but falling down at the current moment. So that's much of what we can do. Garrett, love to do Jasmine. Jasmine's going to come to that 0.0082 price. We already know that. We're going to keep correcting until we hit that area. So that is what we're going to find. We'll probably get major resistance at the 0.0082 if it does get there. Can't pull it up right now. It's impossible for me to do. But you can see the double top pattern M even on the daily for Bitcoin. You can also see if you look at a 4-hourly, we're getting in a nice buy zone here. So maybe we do get the test and break above. That's why I'm saying, even though the double top M's are here, the market cap, the volume is strong. I really like the volume that we are receiving as we go up a point. So 0.068 trillion market cap. Pay attention. It could be at 7.4 by the end of this video. What will happen then is, well, Bitcoin will just break 44,000 and we will be seeing 48. What I think is going to happen, well, shit, that's not going to happen. That's what I think is going to happen. What I think is something similar to this. As you can see here coming in, I don't know why it's so off with the M, but these are our possibilities to fall through. I was telling many people that I thought that this was the bottom here where we go through. Let's just get rid of it. I don't like it. I got that OCD problem. So this is what we're talking about. And something similar to this. So if we do get this and it does break down, I think we could receive something similar to that. And then that's when we finally get our test through. And that's when it says, okay, we're out of here. So I think that may happen in January because look at it. It's only 4 days left. So there's more of a chance for us to come down. 4-hourly, yeah, we get a pump. What do we do? Retest 44,000. Okay, so we retest the 44,000. We don't get through, Sunday comes, and then we get that fall retesting back to the downside. Because look what's happening. Let me show you the trend. Maybe it'll wake you up a little bit. Maybe you'll really see what's going on. Let's say that this shit's not here. Let's move it real quick. We're going to get ready to end the show soon, so I just want to show you some important stuff. We're watching boring sideways action. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. But if you pay attention to the daily, we are still falling like we were on the other movements. So the trend is still down, right? We can all agree with that. On the daily, the trend is still down. Now, we know from the year we're up. That's wonderful. But you can see how many times we keep testing and testing and testing and testing. Yeah, we're eventually going to break it. But if the trend keeps heading down, we're eventually going to break the down zone instead. And that's what concerns me, because we are due for a correction, which we are. And at the same time, all these altcoins are bumping around way too fast. We haven't had this happen in a while. Usually this is what sets off one of two altcoin seasons. So we get two altcoin seasons, guys. I don't know if you're really familiar with that, ladies and gentlemen. We get two good altcoin seasons. And the two good altcoin seasons, well, this is one of them. You can see right now, this is one of them. Bonk is already bonked out. It's nothing you can do about that. That's a correction probably on there. But what we're doing here now, paying attention to the Bitcoin price, is that we're going to probably hit resistance. Look at it. It's hitting perfect now that I look at it. Oh, wow. The trend is to the down. Every time we hit this top peak, we're creating new lower high price. So instead of creating a higher low, getting excited, you're not paying attention to the price dropping. That is clearly a dead cat bounce. What I think is going to continue to happen is that. And I think we're going to keep doing that until we ultimately break through the support of what we have been fighting and holding. That support is 40,500. So that's the uptrend. That's the bottom trend. We're talking about Bitcoin. And this is the main factor out of all of your triggers for crypto. It doesn't matter if you're trading Shiba Inu. It doesn't matter if you're trading Solana. I don't care at this point in time. Maybe Matic won't be affected because sometimes there is volume coming through that doesn't affect the same move. But can we be real? We know. All assets, crypto assets, altcoins move in correlation with Bitcoin, most likely 90% of the time. Now we know from the growing boring sideways action on Bitcoin that the prices have altcoins that jump. Yes, we see that. But if you pay attention to this zone right now, we are clear as day in this symmetrical pattern here, coming in this zone, that this is a big possibility. We've been trading in this zone for a while. Till one of these break out and show me otherwise, I will tell you that we are heading down. Most of the people on the channels will tell you we're going up. I understand that. Pay attention to what's going on here. There is a trend coming to the downside. It bounced off here. There's a trend coming to the downside. It bounced off here. There's a trend coming to the downside. Okay? Don't need to keep it reiterating and being annoying. I'm sorry if I already am. So pay attention to these zones. See what's happening. That could start a correction, my friends. This is called the golden pocket. It's circled, and I'm showing you from the beginning for a reason. That is what I think may happen, and that is what I'm confident in. So Wall Street, P-Sicto, and crypto, if you have money for Christmas, if you have things coming, I would get some money in liquid and pay attention to this downspout and see if we're going to get one more test. Guess what? Just because we bounced off this doesn't mean we're going to bounce again. We could fucking fall even further. And that's what you have to pay attention to, my friends. I hope we get a bounce, and I hope we go to the moon off after that. But there are Fibonacci sequences in the golden pocket that could tell us otherwise. So pay attention to the 37,000. That would be catastrophic, but that would be amazing at the same time. So please pay attention to some of these things. I hope you're watching. Thank you. It's nice to see you. I do see Dauntless in here. I see Gary. I see Hugh C. Good morning, Pete. There's also a CME gap in the 39,000 that needs to be filled. See, I love it. I love my people. You can see it right here, right? Isn't this what we're talking about? Is this what you're talking about, Hugh? 39.9 right there. It's beautiful, right? Isn't that sick? I have it circled. You see the gap? Huge gap that we had filled. What happens here is this M comes and boom, shatters through the support that we've been hitting and hitting and hitting. Finally, support is not there no more, right? The support, it's like a friend backing you up. Your friend's only going to back you up so many times. After a while, they're just like, all right, I can't be there every second. I got a life. I got shit to do. Well, what's going to happen is the money's going to get scared money. People just, could be the fourth quarter of December of the year. People, a lot of companies take their losses, write-offs, things of that, and then maybe they just let it fall on purpose. And what's going to happen in January? We're going to kaboom! So don't be surprised. I mean, December was a green month. So that's why I'm so up and down with this. It's tough. It's really tough. What I do is I go to the daily on Bitcoin, and that usually tells me the most. The daily tells me we have room to fall. Daily tells me I see some boring action. It sounds like we're going to correct a little bit slightly, and then we're just going to boom. So I don't see nothing major happening, but, you know, this is crypto. How could that not happen? Everything major happens in crypto. But I do hope that you guys enjoy the show. We got the Wolves blanket in the back there. It is the 27th. If you want to become part of the Wolves today, just stop watching every day without being an unsubscriber. Subscribe. Let's see. Alex wants to talk about an asset. I'm going to start putting some of these in the list here. You know what I'll do? I'll take a picture. Some people were asking about some things just to remind me. So, Jasmine. MLN. We'll get a couple of them on the show next. This is what happens. You subscribe, come to the channel, and we give you a couple assets, a couple ideas of what we think may happen. This is our strategy only. But let's be real, right? Buying that dip, it's real. Who here can contest to that? We've been doing this for a long time. We've been saying, buy the dip, have a sip. We're talking about these prices, right? We're talking about Biconomy at 23 cents. Cardano, I think, at 23 cents. Look at some of these prices. Solana at $9.50. Solana at $13. I mean, we were dollar cost averaging of these. We're still riding the wave, ladies and gentlemen. You got to pay attention. You got to pay attention. Wall Street, peace, Signo, and crypto. I hope you all have a wonderful day. The cycles are real, and that's what I mean by you got to pay attention. These cycles are so real, it makes me sick. And the gaming is so important. This gaming world that we're about to get into in the crypto universe, the metaverse, the Web3, play to earn. You guys, you all sack of packs back there listening or not listening because YouTube is social media garbage. Yeah, okay. Guess what? I get most of the things in life that I successfully get done through YouTube, okay? You're just a grumpy, old, little human being that needs help. So you guys have a wonderful day. Wall Street, peace, Signo, and crypto. Shout out to YouTube, because if it wasn't for YouTube in today's day, my plants, my crops, things I need to fix, my washing machine replacements, right? Let's admit it. YouTube is one of the best places in the world to watch and get shit done. And again, has some help sometimes. It really is. You can find some gems out there. You guys all have a wonderful day. If you've yet hit the like, subscribe button, I would appreciate that. If you could hit the share button, that would be even better. Let somebody know. Hey, there's a gentleman out there. I used to work on Wall Street, and we talk about technical analysis. We talk about crypto assets, altcoins that may explode in the next bull run. And a little bit of news would be helpful here and there. And yeah, we do share some of our concerns and some of our pros and cons in this crypto space. So thank you so much once again. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.